I'm making this video because I've been thinking a while about something. I've been thinking about that I've done this for a long time, a very long time. In fact, it will be my 15th year being a content creator, and that's a long time. And it's a special milestone because when I signed up for this YouTube channel, I was 15 years old, and I will be turning 30 this year. So that means this year I'll be able to say I've been a content creator most of my life. And I've been admittedly been having a hard year. And at face value, you can say it's just the usual things like numbers are down, people aren't as engaged as they used to be. The general ups and downs of being a content creator that so many of us just love to moan and groan about. But I don't think that's the problem right now. Like, truthfully, I'm having a hard time because it's been so many years of doing this that I don't truly know who I'm entertaining at a given moment anymore. And I also don't know if those people even know me. And for some reason lately, this feeling has just been building up increasingly inside me for a while. And I don't know why. I don't know why that bothers me. But my instincts are telling me that making a video like this will be a good thing. Because it can help me understand how I'm feeling, and maybe it can even help you guys understand it too. Those of you who care, at least. Those of you who have been following me, who have been on this ride for a number of years, maybe even majority of the time this channel has been in existence. Or maybe those of you who only recently discovered this channel, and maybe who have wanted to get to know me, but you just haven't really had an opportunity to in this pandemic and post-pandemic age of this channel. Because I haven't made a video like this in a very long time. Just to talk and reflect about everything that has happened. Because this used to be a little bit of a tradition, and I wanted to continue that tradition in 2020. And this tradition being that I would post almost like a New Year's reflective video. That's usually around the time I would just I like to self-reflect, and then I usually post a video about that, but for some reason I just didn't do it. I guess I just fell into a routine every single day. I play games. Those games get turned into content. I try to sell you that content in the form of a YouTube title, maybe a clever description, and a thumbnail, and just hope that it will perform better, or at least on par with how other videos have performed. And it became this unspoken understanding. I do the entertaining, you watch it, and you be entertained. If I stop being entertaining, well, you just simply stop watching. Parasocial relationships have been a big topic in recent years. So it's just been, I don't know, I guess it's just been easy to just simply want to maintain that healthy distance. But I'm thinking about it just more and more. And there's the converse idea. Is that the right word? Of having a parasocial relationship with your own audience. I don't hear a whole lot about that, because 15 years on this platform covers a lot of ground. Different waves of fans have come and gone. Some people, they only discovered my content this year. Just a random YouTuber I discovered I like. You just hit subscribe. You just start watching me, and then that's that. Others, maybe they were around 10 plus years ago, and then they just stopped watching. Some people have just been around for the whole ride, and you know who you are. Trust me, I know who you are too. When I see you commenting all the time, you're in Twitch chat. Trust me, I know who you are. Some people didn't watch for 5+ years and only recently rediscovered my content. I spent most of this journey on YouTube in college. I studied computer science. I started I started studying it in 2011. Towards the beginning of my YouTube career, like maybe like a few years into it. Um, and then I ultimately ended up with a bachelor's degree in software engineering. I graduated cum laude in 2019. Um, and I remember I was at a party. I think it was this Alienware party. I think it was during South by Southwest. I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019. It was just loud. I was just hanging out with a few friends. I wasn't expecting to bump into any fans. And this someone just tapped me on the back of my shoulder, and he like just wanted to get my attention. And he said like, "Hey, you're Z, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm him. Uh, I used to watch you. I don't watch you anymore." That gets pretty common when you've been doing this for 15 plus years, but like it doesn't really bother me anymore. He said like, "Yeah, I used to watch you. You got me to study computer science. You got me into that. I'm 2 years into it, and I've been enjoying it. I love it. I love it so much." And then he just shook my hand. He said thank you, and then he just walked away. And that was 4+ years ago. So like I'm hoping you've graduated by now. I really wish I remember your name. But unfortunately I don't. But if you happen to be watching, I'm sure you know who you are if you remember that interaction. Yeah, like after that moment I had to sit down for a little bit and just kind of think about that. And I still think about that interaction. It's just the effects that my content has had on just one person, and maybe there's plenty of other people out there who have been affected by my content over the years. And I've just been thinking about more lately how I've just forgotten to talk to you guys because, God damn it, I didn't think I would actually get emotional during this, but I guess I am. I don't know. It's been a long ride. It's been a long ride. A ride, it's like you're watching halfway. It's like this can come off as I'm quitting YouTube kind of video, but I'm not. I'm just it's just a lot of thinking. It's a long ride, and I don't know. There's just a lot of memories that have just been going through my head lately. The more I've thought about making this video, because I've definitely been thinking about this video for a while. Because the last time I made a video like this it was pre-COVID, January 2020. I was in a weird place on YouTube, and I decided I wanted to give streaming a try. After thinking about it for many years, I just decided to go head first. Streaming, and then basically pretty much all the content that I post on YouTube is basically from that stream, but it's cut into the form of a YouTube video that's like consumable, and it's not just like a full stream VOD. And I remember when I first started, there was lots of excitement about it, lots of success too in those first months on Twitch. And I remember YouTube was in tatters though at the time. Absolutely nothing I was posting on YouTube would get off the ground, but it didn't bother me too much. Because Twitch was going well. I was enjoying my time doing that, so that allowed me to not get stressed about the state of YouTube. So summer of that year goes by. We're in the middle of this pandemic, something called COVID-19. That was a scary time, and that led to me streaming a lot more than I expected I would. Simply because there was nothing we could do. Everything was locked down. So, all right, let's just fire up another stream and just find some more games to play. It was definitely a very uncertain time. And then this game called Among Us came around. That was August of 2020, and just right away that game it just kind of struck a chord with people. Tons of people tuned into those streams. YouTube out of nowhere just felt like it was like there was some life that suddenly just came back into it. And then by October of 2020, my YouTube channel went from an all-time low to an all-time high by far. I think over almost double of what my previous all-time high was in 2015. And I was just in this like overjoyed feeling. It's hard to put into words what I was feeling at that time, but it was an exciting time, and it kind of just made me want to grind out that game nonstop for a few months. I was constantly posting videos at like 6 a.m. And I was spending all night just cutting together videos from the stream that had just streamed the night prior. I was nonstop working. But doing that led to the most stable 3 years I've ever had on this channel. But I kind of just touched into that. During that time, I became such a workhorse. And also, I'm sorry, I keep like staring down here because I've written down a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. Just because I just have so many thoughts. It feels easier if I have everything written down. So it's like I keep looking down at a Microsoft Word document with just a lot of thoughts that I have jotted down. So I apologize if I'm not making direct eye contact all the time. But I became such a workhorse during this new Among Us era. My mornings became all about YouTube. I was getting all my editing done. Then my afternoons and my evenings became all about Twitch. Once the YouTube video was up, then I'm gonna go fire up a stream, and I'm gonna stream for like 3 to 6 to 8 hours. Sometimes most times it's another it's like 2 games or so, 2 or 3 games I'd be playing in one day. My nights and weekends became spending time with my girlfriend Hunter, who's been living with me for the past year. She has been wonderful. I feel like she has changed me for the better. And I don't think I would be able to do this without her. And then Monday comes around and the stream schedule resets. It would pretty much be like Mondays are all day Among Us. Tuesdays we would have another Among Us lobby followed by another game. Wednesdays sometimes it's 2 Among Us lobbies if Hapu has a lobby. Then there will be like 1 or 2 more games after that I play. Thursdays, proximity chat Among Us. Fridays is kind of a do whatever day. Then the weekends are off. I've been likening this content creation machine to a hamster wheel. It's easy to stay on it, but once you fall off, it's kind of hard to get back on it without losing your momentum. And so, while I have been enjoying my time doing that, I think I've already mentioned it. I don't know. It's like I feel hollow doing it. I've had a hard year because I feel less happy about what I'm doing. After the 150th Among Us lobby, the game can feel stale. But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy it, if that makes any sense. The game itself can feel stale, but I'm still enjoying it. Because often with games, it can be hard to tell the difference between enjoying the game in the moment or just simply enjoying the process of content creation, like the prospect that what I'm currently doing right now is going to lead to creating good content. And that alone can make me feel excited. I genuinely don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I've never really cared that much. I've always kind of seen it as a good thing because, after all, genuine excitement is genuine excitement. I simply just enjoy the process of making content. I don't know, even that genuine enjoyment can still feel too routine sometimes. Yeah, it's like even though I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now, I just feel like I just need to do something different right now. And right now, I feel like at this very moment, this feeling that's just been burning up inside me, I just feel like what I really want to be doing right now is just filming a video like this to talk to you guys. I'm kind of just going with my instincts on this one, just talking about my feelings, or just something I want to talk about for the sake of talking about it. So I'm here making this video. 2020 to 2023 has been all about Twitch. And it has definitely been an era centered around deception games, Among Us, Project Winter, First Class Trouble, sprinkle in a little bit of code names, some Gartic Phone. I feel comfortable talking to you guys who have been regularly watching this content from this era. But what about the Derp Crew era? I genuinely don't know how many people watching me are from that era. 2014 to 2019, give or take a little bit of time. Shell Shock Live, Town of Salem, Gary's Mod, Little Big Planet. I don't play a lot of those games anymore. And some of us still talk and hang out here in Austin. And we have some surprise sessions here and there, but we really don't make as much content together anymore. And that's okay. that is a-okay, because it's important to grow in our own directions that's healthiest. Because while the Derp Crew has some of the best memories I've ever had on this channel, and I mean a lot of good memories. I mean, I think my channel's trailer is still best of 2019. If that shows the age of this channel, my channel trailer is still a 2019 video, because there were just so many good moments in that with playing so many different games. So playing with the Derp Crew has definitely led to a lot of great memories. But at the same time, there was a dark side to it that I find very difficult to talk about, because it's like maybe it's just feeling the need to always appear strong. You want to be that person that people will look up to. Don't show weakness. It's I'm going to admit it's probably some toxic masculinity thing that I just have to get over. But the Derp Crew was a team that worked together with members who simultaneously acted in their own best interest. And it's 100% okay to act in your own best interest. But it was a weird situation, because we had to work together in order to make content, but we also had to simultaneously compete with each other at the end of the day. And it created this power struggle, or even like a hierarchy that would basically never change, no matter how hard anyone worked in the group, because the fan base basically lived and thrived on mine and Chilled Chaos's channels, with my channel in a distant second. And it was like 2018, 2019 was largely a period where no one was really growing, and so we ended up cannibalizing each other instead. And I still, to this day, feel that was detrimental to our morale and our motivation to make content, because you come up with any idea, you come up with anything new, you just know that it's just not going to lead to any growth. It just kind of putzing along, and I don't know. It's just it would just led to just feelings of just, what am I doing? Well, like, where is this going? This just feels like a road to nowhere. And so that affected a lot of my morale. So I genuinely still believe that the move to Twitch was a good thing for everyone, because it introduced us to so many new people who we could play with. We branched out. And me personally, it helped me regain my own self-confidence for content creation and to feel worthy for having my own audience again. And while we're moving even further into the past, let's talk about the Creatures, or the Creatures era. Roughly 2010 to 2014, maybe even a little bit of 2009, but mostly 2010, 2014. Minecraft, GTA, Creature Talk, and countless single-player Let's Plays, often unfinished. In hindsight, this doesn't seem like a very long time at all. 15 years, we're talking 4 or 5 years, which is wild to think about. But at the time of experiencing it, it felt like a long time. The Creatures era is an era that I'll never forget, because it was just such a new thing at the time. A gaming content creator group that simply made videos to have fun. And I was not very confident back then. You can probably see it if you just go through this channel and you find some videos from that era, playing with the Creatures. I was very young, and I was very scared maneuvering my way through something that was just very new at the time, and unheard of. I even went through a little bit of a diva phase. I am long past that, but that was definitely the first experience for myself of getting a large audience and having people make fan art and signing autographs at conventions. It was a wild experience, and I think a lot of the group also went through a similar phase that way too, and got a little bit hot-headed. But you get things that happen so long ago. You can't really focus on the negative of it. You kind of can only really focus on the positive and what you learn from an experience like that. And I can only hope majority of those who were part of that group feel the same way. It's It's like, and while I wasn't as involved in the whole creature house and office setups, it's something I'm proud to have at least had some part in. Um, as little as it was, I made the logo. It taught me a lot about knowing my self-worth, and mixing business and friendships together, and the power struggles that can come with that. I credit it for how the Derp Crew lasted as long as it did without us losing the sense of, or losing grasp of who we were. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about the Machinima era, my first era, the humble beginnings, roughly 2008 to 2010. I was in high school. I was a big fan of this YouTuber, and I'll be very happy if a lot of people remember him. I was a big fan of Digital Fear, also known as John Graham. He more so just goes by that these days. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing right now, but I hope he's doing okay. He inspired me that it was possible to be a one-man production team from their own bedroom, because that's what he did. He loaded up Halo 3, went into a local multiplayer game, hooked up 4 controllers to his game console, and he just body acted every single one of the characters. And I realized, like, hey, if he can do that, I could do that too. And so that got me to start making my own Halo 3 machinimas. And I made a couple. I made a couple, and then I made this one that went under the title of Shishka. And that was about a Bungie employee at the time who ran around banning Halo 3 models, and I did this whole motion tracking thing of his face over a character. And yeah, he just ran around Halo 3 banning people. And I remember having a conversation with one of my friends in high school in 10th grade, and I felt so confident, maybe even like egotistical at the time. And I was like, this video right here, this video is going to be my big debut. I didn't know how I knew that at the time, but I knew. And so I posted it, and it spread like wildfire on the Bungie forums back in the day. And that video amassed over 20,000 views. I got a small audience after that, and so I started making some more Halo 3 machinimas. A lot of them were just little shorts. I think I started this one called Alpha Zombie, that I ultimately never really did anything with. And I started up, and I eventually landed a contract with Machinima, and I joined their Machinima Directors Program. And then that led to Machinima Respawn, and then that led to me just getting more comfortable just posting stuff on my main YouTube channel, became a YouTube partner, and the rest was history. All of this started 15 years ago, and I don't know. I'm not even sure what the point of this video is. It's just there's just a lot. There's just a lot that this channel has been through. And it's just a weird thought for me to be able to say that I've been doing this most of my life this year. I don't know. Is it a little bit of a midlife crisis? I certainly hope it's not midlife. I'm only going to be 30. But I don't know. It's just a big milestone that just has me thinking a lot. But I'm mostly doing okay. I hope you guys are still enjoying the content. I just wanted to just open up some kind of dialogue, I guess, with you guys finally, because I just feel like I haven't really truly done that. I talk a lot on stream. I don't know. It's in those in between, like sections of the streams. Like a startup stream, we have a small kind of just chatting, start of the stream where it's mostly just talking about how my day has been, how my weekend was. But I haven't done something like this in a long time, and I just wanted to, I don't know, I just wanted to talk and just kind of just spill out my feelings, because I feel like just doing this will help me just make better content if I know and you guys know what's going on in my head right now. So I guess maybe that's the point of this video. I guess all I can really end off saying is, just thank you for allowing me to do this for most of my life. And hopefully I'll get to keep doing it for much longer. And I'm also want to end with a promise is that I want to do this more often, even if it's just talking about what is the news of the day. What are my thoughts on the latest Twitch announcement or something like that? Just what are my thoughts on that, like how YouTube currently is, the state of YouTube. I don't know. I just want to give my thoughts out there more. I felt very closed off and just lost in the hamster wheel of this content machine that has been going on for the last 2 or 3 years. And I just want to make more content where I just talk. I feel like that will make me happy right now, alongside of what I'm already doing now, while always continuing to find the next big game to play, and the next big thing that makes people excited. Um, right now, making a video like this makes me excited, and so I'm posting this. Um, it was good talking. I look forward to just reading what you guys write in the comments, even if it's a big what the fuck. What are you talking about, Z? Go back to making your Among Us videos. Go back to making go back to entertaining. Sure, that's fine. That's fine. But if you feel that way, this video at least makes me feel better about making content going forward. Just knowing that this is out there. That's all. I guess that's just the point of this video. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for as long as you have watched, whether it's been 15 years or just a month. If you've only been watching me for a month, I'm so sorry for this this video I just dumped on you, and a lot of this is very out of context for you, but yeah. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I promise to check in more, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.